You read dozens of books, you highlight passages, you take notes, you feel like you're learning so much. But 6 months later, you can barely remember what you read. Because here's the truth, most people who read a lot are making one massive mistake. And it's not about reading speed, or reading the wrong books, or not remembering enough. It's something deeper. Let's get into it. Okay, so what's the mistake? You consume information, but you never apply it. You read about productivity, but your habits don't change. You read about psychology, but you don't use those insights. Reading becomes a substitute for action instead of a catalyst for it. And here's why this happens. Reading feels productive. It feels like you're doing something. You're learning, you're growing, you're improving yourself, but actually, you're just collecting information. So why do smart people who genuinely want to grow, fall into this trap? First reason, reading is easier than doing. It's way more comfortable to read about starting a business than to actually start one. Reading gives you the feeling of progress without the risk of failure. Second reason, when you read constantly, you're taking in so much information that nothing actually sticks. You're moving from book to book, concept to concept, without ever going deep enough for anything to change you. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose. You're getting wet, but you're not really hydrated. But if you're honest, are you actually different because of what you've read, or do you just know more things? Third reason, when you read alone, there's no one checking if you're applying what you learned. No one asking, did you actually try that? No consequences for just moving on to the next book. So reading becomes passive consumption instead of active learning. But here's what I think is really going on underneath all of this. Reading a lot can become a form of procrastination. You tell yourself you're not ready yet. Okay, so how do you fix this? How do you read in a way that actually changes your life? First, read less, apply more. Instead of finishing a book and immediately starting another one, stop. Pick one idea from what you just read and actually implement it. Quality over quantity. Second, ask better questions while you read. Don't just ask, is this interesting? Or, do I agree with this? Ask, how does this apply to my life right now? What's one thing I can try this week? Make the reading personal. Make it actionable. Third, create friction between books. Give yourself space. A week, a month, whatever you need to actually test what you learned before consuming more information. Fourth, share what you're learning. Teach someone else. Write about it. Talk about it. When you have to explain an idea, you process it differently. You make it your own. Here's what I've learned. The goal of reading isn't to read more books. It's to become a different person. And you become a different person through experience, not information. So use books as maps, not destinations. They show you where you could go, but you still have to walk the path yourself. The people who actually grow from reading aren't the ones who read the most. They're the ones who read something, close the book, and then go try it. If this made you rethink how you read, subscribe for more psychology that pushes you to actually grow, not just feel like you're growing. Thanks for watching. Now close this app and go apply something.